Hello friends, welcome to Nigarata. This is our Angular 14 tutorial. So part of this video, I'm going to explain form builder in reactive forms. And also I'm going to cover the difference between form control, form group and form array. If you already following my videos, I have defined my reactive forms using this form group. So in this form group, I have added the form controls, then I have did the get and set operations. So the thing is, without this form group also, we can define our form control and also we have to do our get and set operations. So that's what I'm planning to explain, how to initialize these items and how to do the set and get operations. So if you completely watch this video, then you will be familiar on these all the topics and also you know the difference between each and everything. First, let me start from this form builder, then we have to move on the below topics. So the form builder is nothing but a class, it belongs to the Angular forms. So when you are handling this complex logic, this form builder is the suitable options. And also this form builder is just reactors like abstract class. Using this form builder, we can define our form group, form array, and also the form controls. So in case if you are not using this form builder, then you have to define these all the items using this new keyword. But this form builder provides the methods like a array, group, controls. So using these controls, you can directly define these all the items. Now let me go to the application and I will show you how to use this form builder. So this is my created application. Here I'm having the component is called builder.component. So as of now, I just added one small text. So in the TS point of view, there is no changes. First, I'm going to inject my form builder. Okay, we just injected. If you noted here, it's available in this Angular forms. Okay. Okay, now I am going to define my form control. So basically, we are supposed to define our form control using this new keyword. Now I am going to define my form control using this form builder. So this dot, we already have the object underscore builder dot. So if you noted here, we have the option of array, control, and group. So now I'm going to use this control option. So if I'm having any default value, I can provide like this. So in case if I'm required to add any validation, I have to use this validators option. Okay, we just defined our control. Now let me go to the HTML side. If you noted here, I'm having one form field. Inside that, I'm using one input control. So instead of this form control name, I'm going to use the form control. So if you are using this form group, then you have to use the form control name. Now we have defined our form control say standalone way. So that's what I have provided like this. And our object name is control. So let me copy this one. Okay, we have done. So let me verify whether we are getting any build error or not. Okay, no error. And now we have to get the values. Okay, for doing this one, I'm going to add one button. So let me go to my home component. Here I'm already added some button. Okay, great. Here I am going to write the click option. In case if you are using the form, we can use the submit event. Now I am going to use the direct click event. And the name is get values. The similar way I am going to have one more button. Here I am going to set the values. So let me change the function name also. Now I'm going to define both the functions. Okay, the error got resolved. Now in the get values side, I'm going to add one console.log. So this dot underscore control dot value. So let me go to the console. Currently we don't have any values. So if I'm clicking this get value, I am able to get the empty section. So the name I'm going to provide is the Nihira Techies. See, now I am able to get the values. Now let me try to set some values here for this one. So I'm going to use this set value function. Again, this dot underscore control dot set value Ramesh. So initially we don't have values. So when I'm clicking this set value, see now the text is updated. So now if I'm trying to click this get values, I am able to get this Ramesh. Okay, now we have completed our form control. So let me go to the notes, provide some short notes about this form control. So this form control also, not the class, it's also belongs to this Angular forms. So this class used to track the value and the validation state of the individual form controls. So as of now, we have just taken the values and also we have assigned the values. The similar way we can check the validation state also. So when I'm defining the control, actually I have added the one validation is required, okay? So I need to check whether the data is valid or not. So instead of this value, I'm going to provide as valid. Now let me try to click this get values. Currently we don't have any values. So that's what I'm getting, the valid state is false. So now let me set some values. So again I'm clicking this get values. See now I'm able to get this Ramesh and also I'm able to get this true. This is the validation state. That's what I have added here. So we are able to get the values and also we can track the validation state. So the second point is this farm control can be declared a standalone way or else we can define in this farm group or farm array. So we have done this standalone way. So when I'm explaining this group and array, you will know how to define in this group and farm array. So let me move on this farm group. So the farm group also one of the class, it belongs to our Angular forms. So using this class, we can track the values and validity state of the group of farm controls. And the next one is declaration. So basically this farm group we can declare in the standalone way or else we can define in this farm group. And the final one is farm group can hold the farm controls and also the farm array. So below I have shown two figures. The first one is the farm group. It's having the multiple controls. The similar way the farm group can hold the multiple arrays also. Now you may have the questions like the farm array. So can I use one farm control also one farm array? Yes. So that possibility also we can achieve. So let me go to the application. We can define our farm group using our farm builder group new farm group. So this is our basic way. So initially we have done like this. So now I'm going to use our farm builder. So this dot underscore builder dot I'm going to use this group option. Okay, I just defined here. I'm going to include some fields like a controls. I'm going to include one more field. Okay, we have defined our group. Now let me go to the HTML side. First, I'm going to use one div. So in the div, I'm going to use our form group. So and the form group name we already defined here, underscore group. So inside that, I'm going to bind our controls. So let me copy this form field. So here, instead of this form controls, we are going to use the form control name. The N should be caps. So our first control name is username. And the second control name is just a name. And we can command this section. I will keep it in the commanded format. So when I'm uploading the source code, so you have to uncommand and you have to use it. So let me take the button section. It's actually a required one. Okay, we have done. So now let me go to the TS side. So first I'm going to get the values. So instead of this control, I'm going to change this into a group. And checking the validation state, that also we can use the group. So this set value function. So initially we have one control, that's what we have included value directly. Hereafter the multiple values. So we supposed to pass in the object format. So the first one is name, Ravi Kumar, and another one field is username. Okay, we have done. So let me verify whether it's working or not. And there is no builder error. Okay, it's loaded. The style is not looks good. So let me do some small changes here. So the form field width should be 100%, and also the first field is username. Second one is name. Okay, now it's better. First I'm trying to get the value. So when I'm clicking, let me go to the console. See now the validation state is false because it's invalid. So the username is empty and the name also empty. We are getting the value in the object format. So now I am trying to give some values. For the username, I have provided the values. So now I am trying to get the values once again. See now I am able to get the value of Ravi. Still this state is false. Why? Because this name field also a mandatory field. So that's what we are getting this message like this. So let me provide the values. Ravi Kumar. See now the validation state is changed into true and we got all the values. Now I am trying to use this set values function. So let me click this one. See now the value has changed. Ravi Kumar and Ravi 123. So let me refresh the screen. So now initially we don't have any value. So when I am clicking the set values, the values gets updated. This is all about the form group. So let me go to the notes once again. Okay, and one more possibility there. So in this form group, we supposed to use the form array. So that concept I'm not going to explain here because in my previous videos I am completely explained this scenario only. I will share the video link in the description. You can watch it. Now let me move on the form array. So the form array also a class. It belongs to our Angular forms. So using this form array, we can handle this collection of form controls. That means we can track the values and validity state of our collection of form controls and form group. Okay, so the form array also we can declare in the standalone way, or else we can define inside the form group. And also this form array can hold the form controls and form group, or else we can use the form array also. So these are all the possible scenarios, like one form array, it's holding multiple form controls. Again, one form array, it holding multiple form groups. So inside this group, we can use any array or else form control, it's possible. The same way, we have one form array. Inside that, I am using again one form array, the nested loop formats. So these all the possible scenarios was there. So let me go to the application. I'm going to define my form array. So underscore array equal to new form array. Okay, so basically we have to define like this. Now let me convert into the form builder dot array. Okay, done. First I'm going to use this scenario. I'm going to add the multiple controls. Similar way I'm going to include one more field. Okay, we just defined our array. Now let me go to the HTML side. So in the HTML side we already have this form group. So let me comment this section. See here one important point, actually I have used this div. So in case if you want to use this submit event, so instead of this div you have to use the form. So let me show you, it's not going to take the much time. So instead of this click event, we can use our ng submit. I'm just going to use this get value function only, and let me remove this click function. So I'm just setted some values. So if I'm clicking this get values, see I am able to get the values. So when I'm setting time also, this method actually gets triggered because this is the button inside the form only. That's what it's triggered. So anyway, let's move on over form array. So I'm going to comment everything. If required, you have to uncomment and you have to use the code snippet. That's it. And this form array also, I'm going to use div. And I copied this button section. So let me use it. So after that, I'm going to use the for loop star ng for, and yeah, this is our array. It contains the multiple controls. So let item of array dot controls. Okay, so inside the div I'm going to use this input field. And next we are going to use the directive of form control only. So let me include it. See, now we are able to see two controls. So both are named as the name only. So in case if I'm trying to add one more control also, it will be loaded. Okay. So the second thing is we have to do our get and set values. So let me go to our TS side. So instead of this group, I'm going to provide array. And the set value also, let me change into the array. So this is basically a collection. So we have to provide like this. And we have two controls. Okay. So the first one is Ramesh, and the second one is John. Now let me go to the console. Yeah. So initially we don't have any values. So when I'm clicking this get values, so the validation state is false. So in the array, I'm getting two values. Both are the empty state only. Now I'm trying to provide some values. Gil. So if I'm trying to click this get values, again the validation state is false. But in the array, I am able to get the Gil. Okay. Now I'm going to provide one more value Shah. Because we have the two controls, the validation gets matched. And also I am able to get both the values, Gil and Shah. So now I'm going to use this set values function. See now, when I'm clicking this set values, so the value got assigned. Ramesh and John, both the values are gets assigned. So this is the one of the example in form array. Now let me move on the second example. So the second example is form array with form group. So let me define it first. Underscore array with group. Okay, here I'm going to define my first group. So this dot builder dot group of. So the each group has two values. So the first control name is name and the second one is username. Okay, both are required field only. And the similar way, I am going to add one more group. Okay, now we have done. Now let me go to the HTML side. I am going to comment this section. This is for your reference. For this example also, I am going to use the div only. So other step, the for loop, that also is same. And here instead of this underscore array, I'm going to use array with group. Okay, we have added the first div. Now let me go to the second div. So this div is for our group, form group. So in this item, basically we will get our form group. And the third step is we have to define our controls. I mean our form fields. So here we are defining our controls inside the form group only. So in this case, we are supposed to use the form control name. and we already know the form control name. One is name and the second one is username. See now name, okay, 4 times it's coming. One is name, the second one is username. And also I'm going to have one h3 tag for identifying each and every sections. So let me take the index. See now it's loaded. So the part 0 and the second one is part 1. So in case, see now the part 1 and part 2. So the part 1 has two fields, name and username. The similar way the part 2 also having that two names. So next we have to implement this get value and set value function. Okay, first we have to use this get values function. Underscore array with group and again underscore array with group. Okay, we don't have any values. When I'm clicking this get values, the false, and we are able to see this is one of the list. It contains two objects. So all the values in the empty. What I'm going to do, let me mark this name is not a mandatory thing. Okay, fine. Now what I'm going to do, user1. So now let me try to click this get values. Again the validate state is false and I am able to get this value, and here the username is user2. See now the validation state is true. Why? Because anyway we have the two fields, but this username is the only mandatory field. So we have added this validators. So it's satisfied now. That's what we are getting this true. But in the value section, I am able to get the username. The name we not provided any value. So let me give some values. Sachin, Lara. See now I am able to get all the values in our controls. The similar way we are going to use the set value function. For the set values function, I'm going to command the existing one because we can reuse this one. So this dot underscore array with value dot set value. So now we have two objects. So the first object is having the field name is name. So the name is test user and the user name is test user. And the second object is admin user and the username is okay. We have done our changes. So let me verify the UI. So initially we don't have any values. When I'm clicking this set values, see now all the values are gets updated. So let me refresh it once again. I'm going to give like a user test, and the second part we don't have the values. Again, I'm trying to click this set value. See now the values got updated. So this is all about the form array. So now we have completed our second example also. The final one is form array with the form array. So the procedure is almost the same. So just to go to our TS file. So instead of this form group, you have to define just like this. So this dot builder dot array. So inside the array, you can have like this. So see the structure now. So we have one array. Inside the array, we have one more array. And in this array, we have the group and form controls. So you can manage this kind of complex scenarios also. So anyway, I'm not going to explain this concept deeply because in my next video, I'm going to explain one of the real-time example. That time, all the concepts are gets covered. Okay. So let me comment it. I am going to have like this only. Now we are in the end of the session. So let me provide some short notes. The form builder, this is the class. Using this one, we can define our form array, group, and form control. And the second one is form controls. This form controls you can use in this form group or array, or else you can use standalone way only. So just assume the scenario, you have to use only one control. Then you have to use in the standalone option. Otherwise, you have to use in this form group or form array. And the next one is form group. So basically, in this form group, we will get the object of output. So if you are handling this multiple controls, then you have to go within this form group. So the final one is form array. So using this form array concept, we can get the output is the collections, just like a list or array. Okay. So if you are handling this collection of controls, then you have to go with an form array option. So this is all about our video. Still, if you have any doubts or clarifications, please post in the comment box, and also please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.